Hey guys, it's War Chief. August 25th, 2009. A day that will live in gaming infamy forever. Yes, that's right. A couple weeks ago, August 25th, Batman Arkham Asylum, this game right here, had its 15th anniversary. Now, this copy was not my original copy. I'll get into that a little bit later. But Batman Arkham Asylum had such an impact on my childhood, I feel compelled to talk about it. And I'm going to go into more than just the game. I'm going to go into how it changed superhero gaming forever and how it still holds up today. And honestly, I did not know about the Arkham games when they first came out. I think I found out about them summer 2011, maybe. I don't know. Maybe before or after Arkham City came out. I think it was before. I'm not sure. I'm not positive. Maybe it was even, you know, 2012 possibly. I have no idea. I don't remember exactly when, but I remember I was still very young. And I had a neighbor named Miguel, and he had the game and he gave it to me on my P. It was on the PS3, and like I said, this not the original copy. This one I had to get from DK Oldies. As much as I don't like them, and I'm sure you guys know why because they're shit. Um, my copy, the one he gave me, was the super rare holographic PS3 copy that you could only get on PS3. You could not get the holographic copy on Xbox. And it had the Joker missions, much like this one. And you move it, you'd move it, and the ha-has would go back and forth. The ha-has and stuff were holographic. Pretty sure Batman was also holographic. And I'm really pissed off that I don't have it because, unfortunately, I lived with thieves. You know, not gonna get into that, but that's the unfortunate part. When I played it for the first time, I was enamored with how good it looked for even the time. Like, games were looking very good on PS3, but that just stood above all of the rest to me. How good it looked, and you could tell the developers took a lot of time and a lot of care into making that game. And honestly, I didn't know what to expect when I went into it. You know, I didn't expect the. I don't think I expected the whole game to be in the asylum. Maybe I did. Um, what I did not expect was us to be able to venture outside the asylum onto the actual island. That was something, and I really did not expect us to be able to venture into the Batcave. That was also something to me. Um, one thing that I really liked right away, one thing that I was immediately infatuated with was the Riddler trophies. I found my first one. I believe it was after the altercation with Zaz, where you take him out, and it's sitting there in that vent. I found my first one, and I immediately thought, I have to find every single one of these. My brain will not allow it to not happen. So I began hunting. I put countless, probably over 100, 200 hours into this game. Uh, it was such a ride for me, such a thrill ride, and everything about it was perfect to me. The enemies, the combat system. Oh my god, the combat system was like nothing I'd ever seen before because free flow combat was really nothing that really had been done before. You know, the most I played was Spider Man 1 and Spider Man 2 on the PS2 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Combat in those games was nothing like Batman. I mean, it was so flawless, so, uh, as I could say, free flowing. There was such a rhythm to it. It was perfect. Like, there was no stutter, no stoppage. It was all free flow, one movement after the other. And I loved it. And I felt this is what combat should feel like in a superhero game. This is what combat should be. And then you have combos. You have gadgets you could use in combo form. It was perfect. And Then the lore aspect, you have interview tapes, you have riddles that reveal Batman villains that I had no clue even existed, like the Great White Shark, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. You have Humpty Dumpty. You have the Rat Catcher. I didn't even know who any of these people were. Prometheus. Most I knew was basic, Man Bat, Killer Croc, Joker, anybody that was in Lego Batman, Bane. Because Lego Batman was the most Batman I played. Killer Moth. He was another one that was in Lego Batman that's kind of like lesser known. And I appreciate that the lesser known villains got a lot of love, and I like that. And lore format, that is. But the boss fights as well. Let me get into oh my god. I'm gonna get into the Titan. The Titan enemies were my favorite to fight. I loved fighting them. I know a lot of people probably thought another one of these, but I was happy when I was fighting one of them. It was fun. It was innovative in my opinion, and it was something new that I had never seen before. So I enjoyed it, and I couldn't wait for the next segment. But the boss fights again, Bane was fun. Hordes of enemies when that was kind of annoying, honestly, but it was still fun. And then the cinematic after that, where he's getting ran over by the Batmobile and launched into the sea. Killer Croc, that was probably my favorite. Just snooping around in his lair, having that built up anxiety, not knowing when he's gonna pop back up. Truly, Arkham Asylum mastered the fear aspect of a superhero game. That was honestly, in my opinion, a horror superhero game to an extent because they did horror so well. There was a door you'd go through, and Killer Croc would pop up and punch the glass, but you had to go a certain way in the sewers or it would not happen. And then you have lurking in his lair, not knowing when he's gonna pop up. And then you have Scarecrow, the Scarecrow boss fights, the first one in the morgue when you're hearing the voices. I was tripping the fuck out. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like in the back of my mind, I'm like, this has got to be Scarecrow. He's the only one that can do this. But why now? What's? And then opening, I shit you not. I seen the two body bags. I'm like, that's Bruce's mom and dad. Has to be. Open them up. Sure enough, it's his mom and dad. I'm like, yep, Scarecrow. I also was thrown off when it came to the James Gordon death, but a little bit after that, I'm like, okay, this has got to be Scarecrow because why would they kill off Commissioner Gordon? It wouldn't make sense. His boss fights were irritating to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Especially the third one. And I know what we all were thinking during the third boss fight. When our game glitched the fuck out, we thought it was broken. We thought it was fucking broken. Just the immediate crash and glitch and what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, you're back at the start of Arkham Asylum, and Joker's in the Batmobile, and you're tied up, and you're in his place. And you're playing as Joker walking through, Batman's tied up. And then he shoots you, and it says, press, I believe it said something like L4 or R4 to dodge. And I like that they did that because they gave you a button command that doesn't even exist for you to dodge. So you're sitting there, my dumbass was trying to find what the fuck button they were talking about, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't exist. And then your screen freezes up, and you think your game's fucking broken, and then Bruce Wayne pops out of a fucking grave, and you're like, okay, Scarecrow again. But dodging him in that sequence was annoying to me for whatever reason. It was just, it felt more difficult than the other. Possibly because of the moving crates, those things, and I had to get used to that. beat that game probably 3 or 4 times. It was it was almost my first platinum on PS3. My first platinum on PS3 was South Park: The Stick of Truth, I believe. It was either that or The Walking Dead Telltale. I don't remember. I believe it was The Walking Dead Telltale. But I had every trophy but 5. I needed 3 more Predator trophies, beating the game on medium and beating the game on hard. I don't know why I never went back and did that. I literally scoured the map for hours to find the final Riddler map and the final Spirit of Arkham thing. And when I did, I was so happy, so relieved. But, guess what? I have to find the time to do that again. Because that was on an old account that I no longer use. Yeah. But I'm here for it. I want to do it again. I want to try and go back and get that platinum. Because going back and getting the Arkham Asylum platinum, for being a game that was so near and dear to my childhood, would be just the icing on the cake for me. And one thing I also want to talk about is it's better than the Arkham games. They're better than anything Spider-Man has ever done. I'm going to get hate for that. I'm going to get hate for that, but guess what? Without Arkham Asylum, the Spider-Man series does not fucking happen. Arkham Asylum crawled, so Spider-Man and other current superhero games could walk. I said what I said. Their innovation in the free flow combat and the storylines, their innovation, we do not have the games we have today. Because if you remember, the only superhero games we really got were based on the movies. Even Spider-Man 3. I'm sorry to tell you, even Spider-Man 3 on the PS3. We were not getting standalone superhero games other than Ultimate Alliance, unless it was based on a movie. So, Batman literally brought to life the superhero gaming franchise. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe even the Incredible Hulk GameCube game was based more on the movie. That just randomly popped in my head. Wow. That's a whole nother video. Wow, I'm not okay. Before we even get sidetracked on that fucking hive mind memory that somehow popped up. Back to Batman. Playing as the Joker was also enamoring because you could actually, I'm pretty sure, go into the physical game as him. I never tried it. I don't know if it's a mod. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure maybe you might be able to. I also spent hours in free combat trying to get the Free Flow 2.0 trophy, which is using every single gadget in a single combo, and that was a bitch. So, my favorite boss fight was probably. I can't really say Killer Croc, because that's not much of a boss fight. That's my favorite segment, probably. My favorite boss fight is definitely Titan Powered Joker. Because we have never seen Joker in that form. And actually, Joker was supposed to be a lot skinnier and more like spidery, kind of not all bulked the fuck out. You know, spidery, like skinny arms, skinny legs, you know. Poison Ivy's fight was probably my least favorite, honestly, because there wasn't much to it. You were just in the botanical gardens doing what it felt like was a basic ass boss fight. Nothing really to it other than her spawning vines and security guards that she wooed with her poisonous scents. With her kiss, possibly. Or maybe even a blown kiss, who knows? One thing I really wish we would have gotten out of Arkham Asylum is honestly maybe a Mad Hatter boss fight somewhere. I feel like Mad Hatter's the most loony of loons. So he would fit right in perfectly there. I don't know where they would put him, but I'm sure, if they had the time, they could have figured it out. But Mad Hatter's one thing I probably would have liked to see. Um, One thing, actually, I don't think there's anything in that game they could have did without. That game was so perfect in my mind. Even today, it's hard to from 2000. Sorry, don't know where that came from. From 2009 to today, it's hard to even match up with Arkham Asylum. Even it's it's so powerful to me. Like, this is in my mind, my opinion. It's so hard to match up with, and the Arkham series just kept one-upping themselves after that. That was the amazing part. I could literally talk about this game all day, and I don't want to forget anything or leave anything out, and that's why I'm kind of still rambling. But I will say, I will do a video also on what I hope to see from a future Arkham game that's not Arkham Shadow. And I will do reviews on the other Arkham games, maybe when their anniversary comes, or maybe sooner, who knows. But to me, Arkham Asylum, 10 out of 10. If you haven't played it, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Go play it. Sorry. Okay, that was the inner child in me. But I would like to go back. I wish I could go back and see how many hours I had clocked on that game, because it's probably up to 250 or 300. But one thing I also liked, before I forget, is the ending. The fireworks going off and Joker having his face posted up on the door of one of the asylum entries. And just, it was even like everybody at the party clapping, and they got a sign and they're all wearing party hats, and you go in and there's a bunch. I crashed the party. I beat them motherfuckers' asses. Sorry. I did. I couldn't resist. And then the trophy popped, and I got happy because I didn't even know that was a thing. I just wanted to fight. Last little bit, I thought the Lunatics were a really cool addition. I like that. Harley's outfit. We don't even gotta talk about it. She was macking. Mm. But no, on a serious note, I really, really thought that game was the bee's fucking knees when I was a kid. Like, nothing could match it. And I still somewhat feel like that today. Like, if any other company tried to do another Batman series, could they even come close to what Rocksteady did with Arkham Asylum? I don't know if they can. Final thoughts. The addition of Joker holding Scarface, painting him like Joker. Loved it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny. Joker's a laugh riot that whole game. And then when you go in that building and it's just his TV head after every major substantial thing, I did not know this, he has a different form of dialogue. And that game was also really dark too, like the inmate dialogue and how people were murdered and strung up and killed, and Joker just choking the fuck out of the doctor, and then Frank Bull's execution. Oh my god, no one's seen that. Well, we've seen that coming, but not the way it was. And then the detective mode, before I even forget about that, the detective mode. That was so cool to me because that was never done. And it was supposed to actually be like a fingerprint thing they were gonna do, but they didn't do it. But it was still cool because they evolved on that in Arkham City and then Arkham Knight, the origins before Knight. They kept evolving on it, and I thought that was cool. And even the little Batmobile sequence where they're trashing it, you were supposed to be able to actually drive the Batmobile. That was the whole point of that, but they scrapped it. But anyway, I could go on and talk about what they were supposed to be with the game, because I've gone on Arkham deep dives because I'm a fucking addict and I need help and I need a new Batman game. But that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoy, and I really hope that if I missed anything, remind me down in the comments, or if there's something you think I didn't know that let me know in the comments. I want to see the Arkham community come together on this one, as small of a channel as I still have, because we're just starting. But it'd be kind of cool to get more people from the Arkham community in here. So come on in, watch the video. Bye.